So for today's video, I want to give you guys a quick funding gem. Now, this is for a business line of credit as well as a business term loan. Term loans up to $500,000 and a business line of credit up to $150,000. And the great part about it is that there's absolutely no hard credit check. So you're not going to get an inquiry on your personal credit report. Now, I'm talking about Fundation. What I didn't realize about Fundation, I thought of it just as a loan origination platform, but it's actually much more than that. They do direct lending. So you may have seen Fundation previously. Let's say if you've ever applied through Citizens Bank for a business loan or line of credit, or Fifth Third Bank. So what they do, they partner with top regional banks. Essentially what happens is there's two different credit boxes that application might fall under. So let's say you go through Citizens Bank and you apply for a line of credit. If you don't fall under Citizens in-house underwriting, they'll do a second look. That's where Fundation comes in. Fundation actually does direct lending, which I was not aware of. I thought they were just the tech platform that gathered the information and streamlined the loan origination process, but they actually do direct lending. Either you're going to fall within the institution, right? So this could be Citizens Bank, Bank United, Associated Bank, Fifth Third Bank. And if you don't meet their criteria, they'll then consider you a second look for Fundation, and Fundation actually does direct lending. Now, one thing I did want to let y'all know about, as you can see down here, in January 1st, 2025, they're going to be changing their name from Fundation to Quantum. So that's just something to keep in mind. But the cool thing about this is that you can actually apply directly, right? So before, I don't think this was actually a possibility, but I just wanted to show you guys what their process looks like, all right? And actually, before we go to the application, I wanted to show you exactly what their direct lending products look like. All right. So they offer a business term loan, $10,000 up to $500,000. One thing to also think about when it comes to Fundation, right? So let's say, again, you're applying for one of these, Citizens Bank, Fifth Third Bank. The actual in-house underwriting from the bank is going to be a higher criteria, right? So first they look, okay, do you meet their internal underwriting? And if not, they're going to send you to Fundation. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that the in-house underwriting is going to have better loan terms, right? So when you're looking at a Citizens line of credit, you're looking at prime plus a couple of points, where Fundation is going to be a higher cost of capital. But since they've lowered the underwriting, it's going to be a lot easier to get approved. So if you're just going directly to them, they have a business term loan that goes up to $500,000, terms out to 48 months, and rates as low as 14.99%. Now, obviously, if you qualify for in-house bank underwriting, you'd get much more competitive terms. They have a fee-based business line of credit, $10,000 up to $150,000, and this is going to have a monthly repayment, interest rates as low as 19.99%. But again, just remember, this is going to be easier underwriting versus in-house underwriting. This is just something to consider. They do have pretty fast underwriting. They can renew the line of credit after it hits the term. This is a soft pull only approval, so they're not hard pulling you whatsoever. You can qualify for multiple products, so you can get a term loan as well as a line of credit. In terms of the application requirements, the business must be in operation for at least 12 months, and you must have annual revenue of at least $50,000. You must operate within a permitted industry within the United States. There are certain restrictive industries. The application process is pretty straightforward. You can submit an application directly on their website. They will ask you for several pieces of information. This is going to be mostly cash flow based underwriting. They are going to do a soft pull of your credit using Experian. You will need to have at least, I would say, about a 700 credit score. And they also will pull your business credit report. That's just one thing to keep in mind. They will do a pull on your business Experian. And then once you get an offer, all you have to do is enter in your bank account number, routing number, and then they'll wire the funds to you. In terms of some other things to keep in mind, their loans do require a UCC on business assets. They only approve businesses with established credit history. So you will need to have some type of established business credit. They do have certain restrictive industries. I'm not going to go through all of them, but they basically list it out down here, right? As you can see, restrictive industries, but most businesses could probably qualify for this, but just double check this portion. It tells you a list of all the businesses that wouldn't qualify. And then the other thing I wanted to throw out there, in terms of eligibility, they do not extend small business loans to businesses operating within restrictive industries and located in the following states. So there are some state restrictions to keep in mind. So right here, you have Nevada, Hawaii, Massachusetts, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, North Dakota, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, Tennessee, and the Caribbean islands. All but maybe 10 states this is going to be available for. So just keep that in mind before you apply. Overall, the flexibility of these products has a lot of utility as far as the credit requirements. You will have to have at least $50,000 in annual sales. They will require a minimum of 3 months of your most recent business bank statement. So again, this is going to be more cash flow based underwriting versus credit score based, although they do check your business credit and they're only doing a soft pull on your personal Experian credit reports. I guess sort of the trade-off, again, you're not going to have the lowest rates, but again, as far as the approval odds, I think this is going to be a lot easier to get approved for versus going to a commercial bank. Let's say, for example, you go directly to Citizens Bank or Fifth Third Bank to get in-house underwriting. They're definitely going to want to see your tax returns, maybe your profit and loss, a business debt schedule. With Fundation is going to be much more straightforward. They're just going to want to see the last 3 of your business bank statements. Those bank statements have to show that you are generating at least $50,000 per year in annual gross sales. So that's a bare minimum. But overall, I think this is something to check out. And again, as I learned, Fundation actually does do direct lending. They're not just a fintech platform that helps streamline the application process. They actually do direct lending. When you go through a partner bank that uses Fundation as, again, the second look, first, they're going to consider you for in-house. If you don't meet the in-house underwriting, that's when they'll consider you for Fundation. So it's like, first, they're looking at the higher requirement. If you don't meet their in-house, then Fundation is a secondary option for business loan or line of credit. So I just wanted to let y'all know about that, give you the data points. I've dropped a link in the description of the video, so definitely check it out. Until next time, take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.